Welcome back, and this week is episode 25 in our series, and this will be the fourth part of our discussion about Paak Sau, because there's a lot of things in the Paak Sau drill to be explored. It's a very useful drill and can be expanded in many ways. What we're going to look at today is something that specifically was taught by Wong Sin Leung, not only when we were training in Hong Kong in the 80s and the 90s, but also on several of the times that he came to Melbourne and came to Australia to teach my students there. He was working this drill with my students. And the basic idea is, rather than standing still like we've been doing for the previous things that we've looked at, we actually take up a stepping posture, and when Yung comes forward, I step back with my Paak Sau. And when we run out of room, we simply reverse it, and I provide the punches, and he does the Paak Sau. So we're still training the timing, but we're adding to it the footwork and the coordination of the whole body. Once we've done it on one side, of course, we should do it on the other, because you don't want to be only able to do things on one side of your body. So after practicing this up and down the room for a few times, we can introduce the next idea. Just continue one more. The next idea being that we don't want to go back in a straight line too often. It's one of the reasons why we don't practice that footwork a lot, because we don't want to be in the habit of backing up. We want to try and get off the line. If you're caught by surprise, you might have to take a step or two backwards. But what you really want to do is get off and change the angle. So what we can do now is introduce that idea by applying the concept we looked at last week, but with a shuffle step. So I keep the stance I have, but I'm shuffling to the outside, and that gives me access to him. We can do that multiple times until we run out of room. I can practice it multiple times in this direction, and then I can provide the punches for Yung, and he can practice it in the other side. So he's causing me to lose my structure and my angle, and he can counter, and we just go again. So I lose my posture, he maintains his posture. The next thing you can do is practice the variation of stepping the long step to get to the other side, because not every situation it'll be useful to go to the shuffle side. Sometimes you need to go to the other side, particularly if your legs and arms are clashing with your opponent or they change their angle. So this allows me to practice long step. So what I'm going to do is shift out to the other side. And then we can again set it up again. And when I'm ready, I move out to the other side. Once we've done that up and down the room a few times, we should be starting to improve our coordination, our balance, our timing, and eventually you can do it much, much faster. All right, so we'll leave it there for that one. And next week, I've got a bonus idea I'm going to throw at you as well, also concerning Paak Sau. See you then.